Hey everyone, it's Colleen with Made for Mermaids. Welcome to day one of our Calliope cardigan sew-along. Today we're going to be working on cutting out our fabric pieces. So in this video I've already cut out my paper pattern pieces and I'm just working on the fabric today. Just for reference, I'm going to be sewing up the cocoon option with a hood and cuffed long sleeves. As usual, I'm sewing this up for my daughter, so my pieces may look slightly different from yours, especially with the sizing, but especially with a cardigan, it's just going to be really difficult to get the adult sizing all onto the video screen. Be aware of all of the different notations on the pattern pieces while you're cutting. For example, double check to see if they say on the fold, mirror images, anything like that. When I'm cutting out something like the Calliope that has lots of pieces, lots of bands, things like that, I like to clip the pattern piece right to the fabric pieces just until I'm ready to sew. For this version, I'm sewing up the traditional fitted sleeve with the cuff. I've already cut out the cuffs. Your pieces may look different depending on which options you've chosen to sew up. I do find that the rotary cutter and the large cutting mat are the most helpful tools for cutting out fabric pieces, but you should be more diligent about changing out your rotary blade. You can see I'm struggling just a little bit with some of the pieces here, especially with the tight corners. I also have a smaller size rotary cutter, and that's helpful for corners, smaller pieces, sharp turns, things like that. I'm not entirely sure where mine is. I think it's still in one of the sewing boxes that I haven't really sorted through since we moved back to the States. When you're cutting out mirror images, I find that the easiest thing to do is to have the fabric folded. Of course, it doesn't matter if you have right sides together or wrong sides together, as long as you have pieces that are opposite of each other. If you're doing a little bit of fussy cutting, maybe you have not quite enough fabric and so you're trying to make it work, you don't have to fold the fabric, but do be aware that you'll need to flip your paper pattern piece just to make sure you get those mirror images. Again, when I cut out these bands, I'm going to just go ahead and place a clip with the fabric pieces and with the paper pattern pieces. You could also use a fabric marker, a washable fabric marker, a pin, any sort of other notation that you want to use. I just find it's easiest to just clip them until I'm ready to sew them up. Before you start cutting into your fabric for the front piece, make sure to double check that you've cut along the right neckline and the right hemline. So for mine, I did the banded hood and then I did the cocoon hemline. So you'll see there's a key on the paper pattern piece for what your neckline should look like. And then along the hemlines, it is labeled on the paper pattern piece. Once you have all of your fabric pieces cut out, that is it for day 1. We will see you back here tomorrow for day 2.